Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good day to you guys all out there. I'm not too sure whether you're in your morning, you're in your afternoon, or you're in your evening. Ladies and gentlemen, latest update from the transfer window to the Club World Cup and some other news. Wherever you are, this is Salon's Blog once again. I'm here to give you the breaking news as expected. Well, guys, Chelsea, we are flying into the semi-finals of the Club World Cup as expected. Many actually did not expect Chelsea to come this far. I remember when the Club World Cup started, we were not the favorite to win it. But today, Chelsea is now the top favorite to win the Club World Cup. Our next game is against Fluminense. Before I get to that, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, what is happening in the transfer window? West Ham are confident that Chelsea will submit a better offer for Kudus than Tottenham's current bid. Means that Tottenham has already presented their first bid, and West Ham are holding their card on their chest, waiting on Chelsea to present its own bid, ladies and gentlemen. And hey, Kudus, as we know, is a good player. He is a good player. And that is not just all. Fabrizio Romano equally reported on the issue. And let me see if I can get that for you quickly. Fabrizio Romano also reported it in a different way. Yeah. Mohamed Kudus to Chelsea. Tottenham are waiting on an improved offer from Chelsea. West Ham are waiting on an improved offer from Chelsea than Tottenham, according to Fabrizio Romano. He says that West Ham are waiting on a better offer from Chelsea compared to what Tottenham has presented. Ladies and gentlemen, is Chelsea going for Kudus? We wait to see. Only time will tell. And now, why time will tell is this. Gittens, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement is not yet official, but on Chelsea website, the player has already issued a statement and he's in a Chelsea jersey. Gittens, it's a great feeling to join such a big club as Chelsea. I can't wait to learn from everyone in the team and to push myself to the max. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we saw Gittens on a pitch. The picture wasn't very clear. He was behind the coach on a field after the game. And we were wondering, when we zoom the picture, it doesn't look like, the guy, he cut his head. He cut off the locks, so we couldn't identify him. Now, Maresca speaking after the game, has this to say. Enzo Maresca on Gittens, he said, Jamie was here tonight. So we saw it right. It was Gittens. Yeah, he said, Gittens was here tonight. He was on the pitch, and he will be with us for one more day. Then he will go on holiday. So one more day, by tomorrow, you stay with them until tomorrow, then Gittens will now go on a holiday. After his holiday, he will come back and join the team. Ladies and gentlemen, so Gittens to Chelsea, confirmed. Here we go. Who next? Mohamed Kudus. Hey, I saw on the comments section, most of you guys, you have still not forgotten Victor Osimhen. Let me just say, yes, I like the faith and attitude of some of you guys. We all know it is Victor Osimhen that we all want. But the truth of the matter is that as we speak right now, there is no update on Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. No update. And for me, I have already ruled that out because we cannot continue to be waiting on one player from last season or last 2 seasons till now. Yeah, from last 2 seasons. Then last season, he even had to go on a loan to Galatasaray. Then this season, If that deal is to go through, by now it should have been confirmed. It should have been the first deal to be confirmed. So for me, my mind is no longer there. I don't want to continue to disturb my heart, my own heart. No. I need to control my BP. Ladies and gentlemen, so that is it. That is it. But I believe that this is football. Anything can still happen. Ladies and gentlemen, anything can still happen. Well, to some other transfer news. Estevao becomes the only winger to win Man of the Match performance against Cucurella in this tournament so far. The only winger, Estevao. Yes, he is now our player. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our newly signed. I mean, we signed a long time, but he played against us, and now he's part of us. Estevao, right there, as you can see him taking on Cucurella. He gave Cucurella a hard time, hard job. Honestly, in fact, he won every 50-50 against Cucurella. He beat Cucurella hands down. That is why he won the Man of the Match. This was Cucurella and Cole Palmer sandwiching him, yet he had the ball. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. It is. I'll not waste my time quickly. I'm about to run out. I am about to run out. Andrew Santos playing his first start for Chelsea. Santos having his first start for Chelsea in a very competitive game, and watching the guy play almost about 80-something minutes, if my memory serves me right. I just realized that this guy, Santos Caicedo pivot, minus, I mean, if Lavia is unavailable, Santos Caicedo pivot in our midfield. Guys, in the absence of Romeo Lavia, now Romeo Lavia, we are not sure. They say he took, he has a muscular injury or whatever, so he was missing in action. All right, but Caicedo missed our game against Maresca due to suspension. You can imagine Caicedo coming back, and we have Santos and Caicedo double pivot in our midfield. I look forward to that in our next game. I look forward to that in our next game. We understand Rhys James also pick up an injury in training. I'm not too sure if it can be a knock. You don't pick up a knock injury in warm-up to a game. In warm-up to a game, you don't pick up a knock. So whatever it is, I just pray it's not an aggravation of his old injury. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to hope so. Yes, it is what it is. But hey, guys, we are still on a transfer list. Fabrizio Romano report, understand Arsenal have now started advancing on personal terms. Personal terms discussion with Noni Madueke. Madueke hasn't asked to leave Chelsea at this stage. He's focused on the Club World Cup. Meanwhile, he's understood to be open to Arsenal move. Nothing agreed yet. Close between clubs. Nothing agreed yet. Nothing close between the two clubs yet on agreement. Noni's issue, even the way our coach sounded when he was asked about Noni Madueke, it's very, very likely Noni Madueke is leaving Chelsea. Very, very likely. He made it very clear. He said, if any player is not happy, he told the club and he told the players, if you're not happy, you are free to go. And I'm sure he was asked about Noni Madueke, and the answer he gave was that his stance are made clear to the club and players. If you're not happy, then you go. So it's just as if Noni Madueke is an unhappy player and he's allowed to go. But hey, we wait to see what will happen next. Arsenal, we understand Noni Madueke right now is top of their list of the winger they want to sign, according to Fabrizio Romano. Breaking news. Arsenal have now started advancing on personal terms discussions with Noni Madueke. Madueke hasn't asked to leave Chelsea at this stage, according to Fabrizio Romano. Now, Maresca again, talking about the game last night. One just from there before we go back to the transfer. He said, Maresca was asked about his current condition. He said, I'm happy because we won, and also happy because Estevao scored the perfect night. He's happy. Our head coach says he's happy because Chelsea won. One, also happy because a newly player coming to Chelsea also scored a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, you can just, I said it in my post-match reaction, that for me, it's a double win for Estevao. He successfully satisfied the fans of Palmeiras by scoring their goal for them. He did his job perfectly. At the same time, Chelsea still won. I mean, his club is still going to the semi-finals, and he has every reason to celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, well, another breaking news: Manchester United have been quoted £35 million to sign Christopher Nkunku. Chelsea told Manchester United, £35 million for Christopher Nkunku, you take him. That simply means United came making inquiry on Chelsea first 9 striker Christopher Nkunku, and Chelsea made it very clear, £35 million could get a deal sealed. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher to Manchester United, is he coming on? We wait to see in the coming days. But right now, Chelsea put the amount on £35 million to Manchester United. What else do you want to know? Quickly, let's get to let's get to this. Let me just conclude here. Ruben Neves was playing in the Club World Cup quarterfinal last night. 13 hours after he landed in Portugal, he then immediately took a flight from America to Portugal so he could attend the funeral of his friend Diogo Jota, and he even carried the coffin. He's the only player, the only footballer to have helped in carrying the coffin of Diogo Jota. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see him right there on your screen, playing a game against Fluminense, Thiago Silva's team, immediately after the match with El Allen. After they lost the game, he bought a flight from America straight away. In the black, you can see there with 2 ladies around him in a very bad mood. In a very bad mood. Then the third picture, you also see him right there in a black, behind a white shirt guy, helping to carry the coffin of Diogo Jota. Ladies and gentlemen, Diogo Jota has been put to rest earlier today in his hometown, Portugal. A lot of players were right there. A lot of players were right there to pay their last homage and respect to one of their own. A lot of players were there, including Van Dijk. Yes, including Van Dijk. You can see him there carrying the... Van Dijk carries the number 20 for Diogo Jota, and Andy Robertson carries the number 30 for Diogo's brother, Andre Silva. The funeral took place in Gondoma, Porto. The reefs, as they lay the reefs on the tomb. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Diogo Jota and his brother Silva put to bed, put to rest. On that note, let me just say shalom and peace to you guys.